When the lights come on, she's ready to rise. Donnelly steps up with faith in her eyes. Puzzle pieces fitting, stars up in the sky. With every prayer and song, she'll make your spirit fly.
She's got the voice that can heal the soul. Singing, gaming, she's on a roll. Star Wars battles to her prayerful light. Donnelly's shining through the night. Shine on, Donnelly's, you light up the way. Singing, praying, bringing hope today.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's,
You're our shining song. In the game or the prayer, she's standing tall. With every step, she answers the call. Blessings in her heart, light in her soul. With Donnelly's, we're ready to roll.
raise your hands, feel the groove. With her faith and her love, you can't lose.
From the galaxy far to the prayer so deep, Donnelly's is the joy we keep.
Shine on, Donnelly's, you're the light we need.
With every song and every prayer you lead.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's, you're our shining song. Shine on, Donnelly's. Shine on.
Hello, happy Friday, good morning! How is everybody today? Soul, congratulations on getting first, and Kitty, congratulations on second. Good morning, Red Riot, how is it going? I hope everybody is doing fantastic. All the hype! Oh man, you guys, it is Good Friday. Which means that today is the day that Jesus paid the price for our sins. He died on the cross and he was buried. It's Friday, but Sunday's coming. The disciples thought that they were all by themselves. They thought they forgot exactly what it was that Jesus had told them, that he would die, but then 3 days later be raised again. But we know that Sunday's coming. Good morning, Wolf Cat. How's it going? Get a stretchy stretch in. Get a stretchy stretch. I'm doing well. It's been a bit of a busy week, but a good week. And getting everything done that I need to get done. I do need to get my discussion done before Sunday. Or at least 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So, we'll get that all figured out. It's mostly just I gotta make a little presentation on one of the topics we had talked about in my computer hardware class, and then show how, what all the different things that we'd learned about that particular topic is, and then respond to 2 other people. So it's a pretty easy discussion. It's more just making the time to get that done. And so yeah, it'll be good. It'll be really good. What is everybody up to this fine Good Friday? I ran over to go feed a friend's dog, and then I had some breakfast, and then came upstairs and got to chat with my sister for a few minutes, and then we went live. And it's been so good. So good. And so hopefully you guys are doing well too. I hope that everybody is having a blessed Good Friday, a blessed Holy Week, and that everything is going well for you guys. I did, but for those of you who missed it, my computer class helped me with something, like, it was such a timely thing, because a few weeks ago, I came upstairs after choir rehearsal, and my computer was showing as being on, but anything that was plugged into it was not being read as being plugged in. Anytime I tried to move my mouse, nothing happened. My keyboard wouldn't respond. The displays weren't working. So I tried turning it off and on, and I was like, it says no signal detected. That's kind of weird. So I checked all the cables and everything, and it was all plugged in correctly. There looked to be no damage to the wiring, or the cords themselves, and so I'm like, interesting. Very interesting that it's not working. So I tried power cycling it, because at the time the computer looked to be on. And so I power cycled it. Nothing changed. So I turned the switch off and on in the back. That did nothing. It literally, my power button, I would press it and it would pop on for like a nanosecond, and then it was gone. And would not turn back on unless I turned the switch off and back on. And anytime I did it, it was doing the exact same thing. And so it was really, really frustrating. And so I'm like, okay, that's gotta be a power supply issue. Either power supply or motherboard. And so I had my dad look at it. He confirmed my findings and was like, yep, I think you're right. I think it's a power supply or motherboard. And so we took a few days to kind of research some different repair companies, because we're not equipped with the things that we need to be able to replace a power supply or a motherboard. So we'll just have the professionals do it. And so we found a mobile repair company, and they came, and my mom texted me at work and was like, they replaced your power supply and it's working. And I'm like, yes, it was the cheaper of the 2 fixes, and I am so happy. Oh man, that was an adventure. But what a God thing that literally the week before I had learned about troubleshooting power issues. That was literally my thing, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm listening for anything from the motherboard, like any beeps or lights or anything, and nothing's showing anything. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not smelling anything weird. And so like all the different troubleshooting things that I had literally just learned that week, if not a week before, was coming in handy. Like, did God know or did God know? God knew. So what was the highlight of your week this week? I wanna know a highlight of your week. I think that's gonna be a new song. Oh man, I am feeling the coffee this morning. Feeling that coffee this morning. And Soul, I did get your text, so let me pull that link up. So that way, we can make sure that we get all the endings. Let's see. Just to make sure. So I guess we'll just start at the very beginning of his thing. Of his route. Oh, I'm sorry, Soul. Yeah, I think going from the beginning and just kind of fast passing all the dialogue will definitely help, because I want to make sure that I remind myself of important points, but B, I want to make sure that I actually get the ending. So do we want to go for the absolutely terrible, heart-wrenching ending? Because we got the tragic love ending. Bad ends first, end on the best. Sounds good. Sounds good. So we need, so save file 1 would be after going to forensics. We need to go to the park. So I guess what we could do... Yeah, we'll just go from the beginning, so that way I can make the different save files that they want us to make. And that way when I get the first bad ending, I can just go right back to save file 1 or 2 and be able to get that. And then if we want the good end... Okay. So what we can do is we can make... What we'll do is we'll make save file... Let's see, because we need to, in order to get bad end number 2, we need to make the 3 save files. Okay. Do we want just bad ends 1, 2, and 3, or do we want the Adonis bad end as well? Because there's like 4 or 5 different ways that this can end. Because we've already unlocked the tragic end. How's it going, Mountain? And I want to make sure we get to the good end. So we have the one that we've already unlocked, Tragic Love. You think I have a save file for the trigger fail bad end? That's true, I just might. I think I do, come to think of it. Because I'm pretty sure that I, out of total fear, did that save file. So we'll go ahead and start with bad end number 2, because I'm pretty sure that's the one with the trigger fail. Could be better, spent the night in the hospital with the wife. She's not feeling good? Oh no! What symptoms is she having? Is she feeling better now? And how's your neck doing? Is it any better from last night? Because I know, man, those hospital, chairs and couches and things, oh. Ooh, headaches that rival yours. Oh, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. We'll definitely be praying for her, Mountain, and for you. Ooh, sounds like a bad migraine. Oh, I hope they're able to get some answers. So you guys, let's go ahead and do prayer time, because I want to make sure we get A, prayer time in, but B, I want to make sure that we have enough time to get all the endings. And then if we get through all the endings, then we can start the next route. That would be Okazaki, if I remember correctly. Yes, Okazaki. There's one bit of good news. The capstone class that you need to graduate is typically only offered in spring, so you were resigned to graduating a year from now. You're worried because of course you are. You haven't been sleeping much, trying to make sure she's okay while managing the house. Yeah. Did they decide to offer the capstone over the summer soul? Or is the good news that now you're even more resigned to a year? Oh, but enough people in your graduating class need it. He's arranging to do it over the summer. Yes! Thank you, Lord! Oh, thank you, Lord! Oh, that is exciting! You've only gotten like 2 hours of sleep? Oh, that's the worst. So let's see. So you needed the capstone and then I think, what? 1 or 2 at like a couple other classes for like a total of 3? I think that's what I remember you saying. So if you guys have any prayer requests, definitely feel free to drop them in chat or use the single channel point redemption please pray for me. That way I can see it not just in chat, but also appear in my activity feed. And I'll make sure to look up partway through the prayer time so that way we can make sure that we don't miss any of our prayer requests. And then we will dive into the game after that. You feel like you used to when you had practice and a game in the same day as a kid? Yeah. You're feeling like you're just running yourself ragged. You're exhausted. Man, that has been one of the things about growing up that I've been like, oh man, I don't know how I feel about this, is the whole feeling like, like all the upper back pain and things like that. But also just not being able to stay up as late as I used to, or things like that where we used to be like, oh yeah, I could stay up all night and be totally fine. That's not the case anymore. 3 classes in the fall, assuming you can get them to line up, and then you're done. There you go! Going to AX is probably out and you won't get to walk for graduation since you don't think the spring graduations are treated the same. Yeah, that's a definite bummer. let me see what they have about that. Graduation. It looks like they actually might have something, because their next one is like where you would get to walk, because they have one. Our college has one coming up on Wednesday, May 20th. It looks like they've got two different programs, or two different ceremonies depending on what your degree program is. They kind of divided all of their degree programs in half and said, half of you guys are in the morning and half of you guys are in the evening. So there is a chance that you might get the typical graduation ceremony experience. That would be awesome. I sure hope so, because that would be fantastic. When you were a kid, you could be at a party until 3 a.m., show up for a math test at 6, and somehow ace it. Oh my gosh, I don't think I was quite that level. I would be I can get to bed at like midnight, 1 a.m. and then do that. But then I also never had a math test at 6 a.m. I was never really one of those ones of, like, if I had an option to not have a morning class, oh my gosh, I remember my probably sophomore year, maybe it was freshman, but probably sophomore year of college, I had an 8 a.m. Bible class, and I remember that teacher being like, I remember feeling like she was so full of energy, and she would be like, all right guys, who wants to learn about the New Testament today? Who's excited? Yeah, trying to pump us all up. And I remember feeling like, depending on the amount of sleep I got, because this was an 8 a.m. class, I remember feeling like either A, yes, give me this energy, I need it. I can like feed off this like exchange of energy. Or if I didn't get as much sleep the night before, I would be like, why are you so awake? How? In high school, you had no option but a 6 a.m. class. See, souls in my high school, we started at like, if you had a 0 hour, it was at like 7:30, I think. And then everything else was like starting at like 8:15-ish. You vaguely remember people talking about how they don't do as much for graduation in the spring. Granted, you don't know the specifics. Gotcha. It might be that they still have like the ceremony where you get to walk. It just might not be like as fully decorated and, you know, all the extra hoopla. I don't know. Right? Too old for that now. Tapping out at 1 or 2, right? Yeah, 0 hour was closer to 7 for sure. And then I think first period was at like 8. And if I could help it, I never had a 0 hour. I remember at one point I remember the choir having to get there during 0 hour at one point because we needed an extra rehearsal, and everybody was just like, why? Donna was photosynthesizing energy. She's a plant. Yes, give me that energy. I need it. You used to skip that math class anyway, didn't need it, but the office wouldn't take it off your schedule. Aww. You actually almost slept through your graduation? That's crazy. Oh, man. Alright, you guys, I will look up partway through prayer for any other prayer requests, but other than that... Ooh, need 60 credits to graduate. You're only 3 shy of that, but you'll end up with more than that since you need 2 technical electives. Gotcha! Well, hey! There you go! You're doing great, Soul! I'm so proud of you! Heat makes you fall asleep and it was warm in there. Fair enough. I tend to fall asleep more... Well, I guess... That's a good question. Do I fall asleep easier in the cold or in the heat? The heat, I feel, just kind of is more, it's more the, like, oh man, I just feel like it zaps me. But the cold, I feel, gives that relaxed feel. Like, it's 2 different types of tired. Heat tired is the, oh man, I've done so much. I just feel like the sky and the heat has just, like, taken my energy battery and just drained it. Whereas the cold, it's more like the, I kind of feel relaxed. You know what I mean? Cold for you is like being slapped awake. In a way, it can do that for me, but I feel like it just relaxes me more than it slaps me awake. Those 2 electives and the portfolio in the fall, as long as there's no scheduling conflicts. Gotcha! Well, we are definitely adding that to our prayer. Dear Lord, thank you so much for who you are and how much you love us. Thank you for your Son coming to earth, living a perfect sinless life, dying on the cross for our sins, and raising again 3 days later. Thank you for what that means, that when we choose you, we can be with you forever. I ask that you be with each and every person here. I ask that you just bless them and let them feel your presence today, Lord. I ask that you be with Soul. I ask that as we're getting close to the end of our semester, that you help scheduling for both summer and fall to go smoothly. Thank you that the class that she needs is offered in the summer this time. I pray that she's able to get in, that she's able to pass it with flying colors, that she's able to do that capstone project and understand it and work with any team members that she has and just pass it and understand it. And when it comes time to schedule her fall classes, that she's able to get those 3 classes that she needs, Lord. I pray for her dad that you just, if it be your will, Lord, give him a miracle and remove that cancer. But if not, Lord, just give them peace and comfort, Lord. I just ask that you give them wisdom, both him and Soul, that you give them wisdom in what next steps to take, Lord. Give them peace about whatever decisions they make, Lord. I pray for Mountain and his wife, Lord, that you heal his wife from what sounds to me like a migraine, that you remove that pain, Lord, that you help him to be able to be there for her, that you remove any pain that he's feeling from having to sleep at the hospital, Lord, and being on only 2 hours of sleep. Give him the energy that he needs to get through the day, Lord. I ask that you be with STL. I heard through the grapevine that he's not feeling well today, Lord, so I just ask a healing touch over him, Lord. I pray that he is healed, that he's no longer sick, that he is recovering well from the heart surgery, Lord, that you remove his constant headaches, Lord. I ask that you be with Lady Foes and Adipose and sweet little baby foes. Be with Shopkeep and Kishu, and I just ask that you be with their family, Lord. Give Shopkeep the job that you have for him, Lord, and anybody who is looking for a job in this job market, Lord, I just ask that you be with them and guide them and open doors for them, Lord. I pray over Lotu and her family that you just bless them and give them a miracle, Lord. Touch and heal their little baby. I ask that you be with Tie-Dye Chef Dave, Pastor Dustin, Wolfler, Kishu, Spark, Lady Foes, Adipose, and all the other amazing Christian streamers here on Twitch, Lord, that you just help us to be a light in a dark place, Lord. I ask that anybody here who's struggling physically, whether illness or injury, that you be with them and heal them. Be with anybody who is struggling mentally, Lord. Help them to feel your comfort and your presence, Lord. I ask that you just bless us, give us a great time of fellowship today, and in your name I pray. Amen. You're a human furnace. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Alright, let's get the game up. I need to check the game screen. Let's make sure it's good. Perfect. Alright. You really wanted to take Revit as one of your electives, but in your state of burnout, you're content to take just whatever's easiest, and I can understand that. There's always the ability to take that Revit class after graduation. Right? Because right now, like you said, the goal is you just want to get through. And if Revit is there and it's easy, you know, go for it. If it fits in the schedule, go for it. But if not, there's always auditing the class down the road, or just signing up for it, you know, paying for the class, and maybe whatever job you get in that field will pay for that class. Because I've heard of that happening, of where different employers will cover the cost of the class. I love the music. Your girls are at your mom's while you're here in the world's worst chair. You've even taken off work for the longest time since your wedding. Wow! Okay, so we need... I guess we'll go to number 10. Yeah, I'm the same way. Unless I absolutely need to, I tend not to use PTO. but I also recognize the importance of taking PTO because it's there for a reason. Let's go ahead and load this one. Let's see how that is.
X デーをお知らせします。私たちは忘れてはならない罪を生み出した者のことを。
Aww, that's so cool that the guys are willing to work with you and help you out. I love that for you.
これがゼロになった時、死刑が執行される。救済方法はこのカウントダウンがゼロになる前にここに。早く助けて。死にたくない。
Yeah, that totally makes sense, Mountain.
さっき小耳に挟んだんだが、予告動画が送られてきてから異例の速さで現場を特定できたらしい。まあ実際は間に合わなかったわけだが、あと10分20分早ければ食い止められた。
Yeah, and I understand that, Soul. I guess what point I was trying to make is that I agree it's not necessarily the end of the world if it doesn't happen before graduation. And, you know, that's something that can be done down the road. But also, you know, it's one of those things where if it lines up down the road, you can always take that class later. If needed. It's, I guess, is the point I was trying to make.
Muri da na. 向こうは警察が間に合わないギリギリのタイミングを狙ったんだ。
That is true, Mountain.
星野、被害者のことはどの程度知ってる？
確かに今はな。でもその前はある被害者は8月の事件の発端になった例のね。田中は8月の X デー事件の直後に退社してんだよ。
自分が開発したゲームが原因なら自分にも被害が及ぶ可能性を考えずにいられなかったんだろうな。極端に引き込む。
Yeah, I think we are. I think it's.
それが理由だろう。
Yeah, I think we are on the same page because we both kind of agree. You know, because I think where I'm coming from is I also know that there are employers who will cover the cost of that class. And so I totally get that the job hunt after graduation has to take place first. You know, like, you can't exactly... Oh, it's echoing again? Huh. Let's see... Let's try that. Let's...
極端に引きこもり、怯えながら暮らしていたのはそれが理由だろう。
But yeah, your priorities are in line. It's more just perfect. It's more just, I think I was maybe phrasing something a little bit different. I don't know. But we're good. We're on the same page.
違う。その可能性はゼロ。でも、今日の事件の容疑者はもうほぼ絞られてるはずだ。
ああ、おそらく近日中に捕まるな。
Yeah, what ended up happening with what caused the echo is that I had both the Elgato source in OBS and my desktop audio on the same, picking up the same audio, and so that was what was causing the echo. Once I turned down the Elgato all the way, that's what got rid of the echo.
とりあえずそれはいい。そんなこと。お前どの時期担当するか。無理。迷惑。他当たれ。以上。
笹塚。
Let's see here. We gotta get to a decision at some point. December 7th incident has been added to materials.
頭が冷えてちょうどいいくらいだ。ああ、あいつの態度はひどかったが、俺もお前が8月をというより笹塚が8月の事件を追ってる。あれが銃刀法。あいつの目的はおそらくあいつは悪い。それに
Because if we want to get
とにかく
bad
そうい
ending
うやつ
number
だからな。
1.
あいつと組むのはやめておいた方がいい。少なくとも俺は確たる理由がその代わりと言ってはなんだが、よければ
Galaxy! Thank you for the lurk, my friend! I want to see which decision I'm even on at the moment.
お前がそこ。さて、戻るか。ちょっと用があるから。峯岸。いや、首輪のことなら峯岸さん。あいつはそれはあくまでも言ったところで仕方ない。
I mean, fair. With, yeah, it does depend on the employer and yeah, depending on where you end up getting hired, it may not end up being the case. Definitely more my optimistic self, you know, just trying to be like, you can do it, keep your options open, you've got this. But again, absolutely no rush in it either. Because if the job doesn't necessarily require you to know Revit, then that makes it easier for you to, you know, kind of not necessarily feel like you have to rush taking that class. You know what I mean? Because if you get a job that doesn't necessarily require it, and you're more taking it to open doors down the road, you could do that class whenever you feel the timing is right. You know what I mean? Hopefully that all makes sense. And it's like not trying to like force you to take it or anything, just recognizing it's something that can be down the road. And that is true, we do have that connection. in the industry. Hey, how's it going, Bumpy? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, welcome
笹塚じゃない
in.
が管理官ともなれば心配す
And it would open doors for you in that part of the industry. But again, no rush. You know? Right now, your priorities are right in that you're like, I just want to get to graduation and I want to get a job. That's the right priority.
何も
So far, so good. How's Good Friday treating you? Any fun plans for today?
首輪のこと本当に必要お前は何よりも
Let's see. We're attempting to unlock all the different endings. But in order to do that, I've got to get to a decision point. Going good? You went to the market for some food and we'll be going out tonight. That's awesome! Did the market have everything that you needed?
お前に何がもし俺と
Excuse me, you guys weren't asking for any burp ASMR this morning. I apologize.
役立たずをそばに置く。ま、お前がひたすら俺の命令に従う。あ、そう。お前さ、どうせ柳さんのことだから、俺より自分をその話を罵られる。だったらな。それはもうなら。
Okay, okay. There we go. We need that one.
は
You went for sweet chili chicken soup bap from, or sweet chili chicken cup bap from a South Korean food stall. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had that. Is it really spicy? What's it taste like? Because if it's sweet, it's probably not super spicy. But it's chili, so it's gonna have at least a bit of a kick. It does sound pretty good, though. Yeah, and that's fair, Soul. That's fair.
お前どこがいらねえし真面目に打ったことあった
I can agree with you there. Cool, so we are early enough in chapter 1 at this point.
多少10月どう
We
見積もって
just
もせいぜい
might.
桜川から情報を引き出してくる諦めてや
We just might be able to get
はあ普通に迷惑
two
迷惑だっつってん
different endings. Oh, never mind. Actually, yes, we could. We could. Okay. Closest equivalent is that cup bat place down by your place. Oh, we've been there together once, maybe a couple times. Okay. Is it the one where we were not the one that's by the coffee shop, but the one that we went to where, or is the one by the coffee shop where the one where we were in that maybe like kind of bluish white lighting, and it had like we were in like a little cubicle kind of off to the side kind of thing. I think. Where we went with, I think we went there with Yael. Was that the one we went to with Yael, if I remember correctly?
わかった。ならテスト。さっき柳さん、まずは、そしてヒントはわかったの。
Oh, okay. You don't think so.
さっ
Okay.
きの態度もそうだが。
I kind of wonder how Yael liked that that one
あれ
restaurant that she went to recently. That our GM went to.
また依頼の
I
相談に
kind
来て
of
たの
wonder how she liked the
もう夜
food.
も遅いし
Because I'm thinking, as a non-seafood fan, I would
そうじゃない
probably
けど
not like it at all
てっきり
there. I would
断ら
be
れるかと思う
definitely the person that was buying the chicken tenders at a seafood place.
ね
So anytime we're just kind of
だよ
going
ね
through, speeding through.
どういたしまして俺は普通に楽しんじゃったから気にしなくていいよ
That way, it's easier for me to keep up with chat. And then when it gets to a decision that we need to make,
無茶はしないようにね
it'll stop,
危ない
and
時
then
は俺を頼
we're
って
golden. Gonna be golden. No.
なんとなく
Oh, did you guys
すごく
see
危なっかし
that
く見えるから
McDonald's is doing a Huntrix meal, and they're like apparently putting that little
違うよ
packet that comes with your
俺も
ramen
違
to
う
give you like that flavoring packet that comes in your ramen to put on French fries. The cup bab place is more, or cup bab, there we go, is closest to what you'd get at a Korean food stall. The place I'm thinking of is more a traditional sit-down place. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, part of me is interested, but apparently, like, and part of me is like, I'm kind of not sure how I feel about ramen sauce on French fries. Like, chicken or beef flavored. Maybe I don't remember exactly. Let me open up the McDonald's app, because that'll tell me which one they're putting on. They are doing... They've got a Sacha Boys meal. So the Huntrix meal includes a 10-piece nugget with new hunter sauce and demon sauce, ramyeon, McShaker fries, and drink. One of 6 photo cards. The Saja Boys meal is a spicy Saja McMuffin, hash browns, and a soda pop, our little soda pop, and one of 8 photo cards. You would absolutely try that with fries? Maybe at some point we need to give that a go. Because it's limited time only. So maybe it would be worth going up. Oh, you're right! There is! Let's see, where's the... There it is. Skip. Huh. It... Cause that looks like it. Yeah, because it's not doing what I thought it would do. Oh, it has to be on auto and skip at the same time. I think? There we go, that should do it. Because it's on auto and skip.
まあ仮眠はちゃんと取ったからな。な
Yeah.
んとかなるさ。
It's definitely not skipping that as it should.
Oh, 動画サイトだ。X デー事件の動画が上がってる。
That's so weird. Oh well. We'll figure it out at some point.
再生の日まであと20。過剰な愛の押し付けは時に狂気となります。それが妄想による愛ならなおさらです。世ごと狂気で脅され怯える女性がいても警察は事件が起きていないからと見て見ぬふり。お
Maybe? Yeah, let's try that. Oh, there we go. There it goes. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I did, but it worked. Alright, so our next one is... Alright, ads starting in just a minute, you guys. Alright. It needs to be... that one. Oh, I need to turn it... Oh, come on.
"被害者は8月の事件の発端になった例のネットゲームの開発者だった」
I forget what I did, but it's not working anymore. Okay, so we need that one. Right? Donna deduced somewhat accidentally, right? Very much accidentally.
おとなしく
俺は落ち着
射殺
So we're just gonna do it this way.
お前
Even though it's on auto, we're just gonna manually do this. Alright guys, you're not missing anything other than me just like... Okay, we need to go to... There.
まあ
俺がさ
です
ごいああれそせ君どう
There we go. And then we gotta go to... There.
来い丸
Oh, and then we gotta create our... We're gonna create save file 1. I'm gonna replace that save data with this save data. Go with this. Oh, that's right. I remembered. That was the very, very traumatic ending when I accidentally said go to the park. If I remember correctly.
あれいちかちゃんだこんにちはそ今はねハリよしはい
Okay.
ごめんねいちかちゃん彼のことは気にしなくていいから中へどうぞ
Okay.
知るかよ
榎本
That's weird. I'm pressing
さっ
Y
き
and
ちょっ
it's
と入れ合
not
ってな
doing it.
笹塚なら屋上にいる
I've been just like rapidly pressing
あれ
A.
がちょっとか柳先輩も聞きましたよねあいつの暴言
お前が余計なちょっかいをかけるからだ
Skip is Y. So why is that not working? Read and force skip is ZL. Autoplay is ZR. Okay, so it was ZL and then Y. In a way, that kind of makes sense, because you gotta tell it which one you want and, like, force it in to that mode. There we go. Alright, and then it was... There we go. And then...
可能性としてはなくもないが、そ
There we go. Sora goes crazy. Oh, because I forgot they were new choices. Oops. I completely forgot they were new choices. So what we're gonna do is I am gonna turn off skip mode. We're gonna go all the way back. Oh, okay. Darn, now I'm mad at myself. I'm kicking myself. This one's not new dialogue, if I remember correctly.
色気のかけらも女が選ぶ店には思えねえ。あ、そう。別にいいけど。
いらっしゃいませ。
カシスオレ。あ？
カシスオレンジと生受けたまり。
なん別に。どうせ今できることなんだ。
Because I remember him going absolutely crazy. I remember that part. So maybe it wasn't that drastically different?
じゃあそれ全部焼き鳥は盛り合わせで。食えなくはねえけど普通だろ。あいつと行く店は
My brain just didn't even register it was a new choice.
変にこびたりしないから。ああ。くだらねえ上下関係のせいで。割と能力次第で、でも向こうは向こうで。ああ、14の時な。アジア系って向こうじゃ変に侮られんだよ。言っとくけど、ネットで輸入関係3年くらいやって飽きたからやめたけど、親父が IT 関係の仕事してたから、ガキの頃からそっち系には強かったんだよ。別に自分に向いてる生き方してるだけ。日本じゃ学歴ねえとマイナスになるだろう。
Well, and even here, somewhat, you're stigmatized without a degree.
あ、そう。別に褒めても何も出ねえぞ。とりあえずレバーでも食っとけ。 なんとなく。取り調べのつもりかよ。どうでもいいだろう。
Yeah, I think there was like one or me. I think there was like one new choice that I made. Yeah, change the subject.
はあ？いらねえし、確実。
Yeah, because there was one or two.
最低限 C 言語くらいマスターしてから出直してこい。
I'm pretty sure it was the revenge and the they're trying to be found that I'd missed on that first
フ
one.
リースクールから
My
出直せっ
first
て言って
pass through.
幼稚園。
And like so, and I think it was mostly just them going, well, what tells you that?
別に。だから。なんだ。
So this we should be able to just skip through until we get to our investigation. Gonna look at each thing twice.
「アドニス審判のメス可能性の」
Yeah, rebellious phase.
おい、一式。その回こいつ
Yep,
もよ
we
こい
know
つの番の
Ishiki.
悲劇のボーカリスト人生壊され
Mistaken arrest has been added to materials.
これお前の弟少なくとも X デー事件の容疑者がとりあえずこの連絡先はお前も
Okay. We've done the floor. Desk. And then the corkboard.
読め見た後封筒にもなんだこれ送り主は何熟読してんだよ
There's the desk, and then we'll do the corkboard up above.
つかこれ何語だ意味不明 お前の弟ってバンド黙ってただ。おい。
There we go. Calendar has been added. There we go. We gotta go to Investigations HQ.
落ち着け。
Hana's gonna be arrested. Because Hana is a little bit creepy. Then we find out his sister was involved, or like one of the victims. We've got all this information just flying by at the speed of light. Alright, to Investigations HQ. Then to Forensics. He gets invited to be part of the police force again. He says, "Negatory Red Rider!" And then we talk with Enomoto for a bit and figure out where he leaves. We've got him. Yes, this one. That one is good. We can go all the way through the rest of chapter 2 with no new information. So what does everybody have planned for today? I've got to get laundry done at some point. Then we have our Good Friday service. gonna feed my friend's dog on the way too, said Good Friday service. And after that, it's just kind of chill. There we go. I think we're getting close to our next decision that needs to be made. Homework stuff because your Creo teacher doesn't understand the concept of allowing us the weekend to work on things. Tried to get a head start on the modules a few days early, but the software and you are fighting again. Oh no! What's it doing? Is it just one of those things where it's doing kind of what it was doing the last time we hung out? There we go. So far, Chapter 3 will not be providing any new information, because I'm going through stuff I'd already said. Kind of frustrated. You're once again at the point where you're going to hand in what you've got, even if it's terrible, and take whatever partial points you can get. Yeah. Honestly, I feel that. I definitely can understand that being super duper frustrating and just wanting to just be done and be like, alright, you know what? Whatever credit I get, I get. Just letting it kind of flow through. Ah, there we go. Just in case this was a different one, I want to make sure. Huh? Was that bad? Ah, yes, actually. I explained the Manabu Soda situation, the promise I made with him, and how I had no idea how to play the game. Then... Huh? The textbook's examples are all horrible in the sense that they are misleading and difficult to follow, but you don't think there are any outright errors in the text this time, at least. That's fair. That's good that they don't have the errors that they did in previous chapters. But I can also see where it's frustrating to try and follow it and have it not be easy to follow. And have it be misleading like that. And it's one of those things where it's like, to me, I'm going, as long as it looks like what the end product should look like, how you got there shouldn't matter, as long as it looks the same in the end. You missed it, but Sasazuka was being a flustered little gremlin. That he was! He was like, but why? Why do you want to see me? What? Ambiguous? What is he? She's like, oh no, I'm leading him on. This is so embarrassing. I made him think it was like a date and not just teach me how to game. I've been there though, where I've felt that embarrassment of not realizing how something I said came across and it totally flusters someone. And you're like, I didn't mean for it to fluster you. I just meant it as trying to do this.
同じ思いはさせたくない。
ゼロ、少しいいですか。周囲に人はいません。俺はもうダメです。完全に違います。嫌がってるんじゃない。はい。あなたがそう言うなら。でもゼロ、何を考えてるんですか。え？そんな。了解です。その通りに動きます。そろそろ友人が来る時間なので、これで。
Past the point of no return.
カズキ、お前だけは夢を捨て。
Jukebox brain triggered. Alright, so what do we got? Okay.
おう。なんだよ。そうか。
Aw, he likes the maple donut. Right? Tim's misnamed creation earlier. Oh, you gotta
とりあえ
love
ず
it.
携帯出せ。ああ、これか。有名どころだし。ちょっとつなぐぞ。
It was all geek to me.
ユーザー ID 入ったままだし、 パスワードだけ抜いとく。そうすりゃ俺のあんまひねってねえな。神学ぶ0116。終わった。少しな晩飯は食ったけど、お前と違って横には増えねえけどな。
Whoa, 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 Sasazuka. Crossed the line there, buddy. Crossed the line there, buddy.
他に何か言ってなかったか。
Right?
Okay.
Rude. Although in his defense, I could totally see Sheldon from Big Bang Theory saying the same thing.
まあ、いちいち怒るな。続き。
Well, if you don't want me to get upset every sentence, stop saying rude things every sentence.
ああ、そうか。
Caro, how
明後日から1周年記念イベン
you
トが始まるんだ。
doing? I hope you're doing well.
このゲームのユーザーにとってはな、前々から1周年には S レアキャイベント限定アイテムの配信や記念が
You don't think he'd appreciate that comparison, but it's not wholly inaccurate. Exactly. I mean, if the shoe fits. I'm doing good. How are you? You're doing well too. Good. What are you up to this Good Friday?
マジ原始人って言われても仕方ねえレベルだぞ、お前。そうじゃねえやつも世のヘビーユーザー。
We finally managed to unlock one ending the last time we played Color X Malice. So now we're going through and unlocking as many of the other endings as we can.
いや、どっちサクッとレクチャーしてやるから。その名の通り。
That is true, there is a slight difference. Sheldon's wired in such a way that he can't help it. Sasazuka doesn't have that excuse. Exactly. Sheldon is neurodivergent and doesn't always read the room very well as a result of that. However, you're right. Sasazuka does not have that excuse.
ものによってはそうでもない。むしろ操作自体は
Just finished up a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Nice! And now working on Lucien's bio for your bad boy pastor's daughter romance. Nice! I can't wait to read it. It's gonna be so
今
good.
大事なのはゲーム中で
We got that.
正解。
Perfection.
お前そう
Unlocking. Oh, whoop, there we go. And yes, okay.
あるそれゲ
There we go.
そうゲ本8ギルド刑事このおも
Now we gotta make sure
Net,
that
そして
we...
まあでも
Carol, one of my favorite stories is A Walk to
い
Remember.
かにも
And I love it because of it having kind of that bad boy pastor's daughter romance. Like, I absolutely
飲んだ
love that. Now we're just gonna let it fly through the chat as we figure out. Let's see, when are we supposed to make our... Okay, so that is in chapter 4. Okay. Oh, no worries. So, A Walk to Remember is one of my absolute favorites because it also has kind of that bad boy pastor's daughter romance. And what's really cool is that it's done in such a way that the pastor's daughter has an impact on the bad boy and makes him not want to be the bad boy anymore. And he starts to you know, like he changes. He has a beautiful, beautiful character arc, and I love it. Exactly. Sheldon is neurodivergent. Sasazuka can read the room rather well, in fact. He just doesn't care and says what he wants. Or he'll manipulate things to his advantage if the situation demands it. Exactly. We need rooftop.
あれ星野じゃん。なあ、てかお前元気なさげだな。くれるならもらうけど、本当にいいの？そうか？そっか。やっぱ分かっちゃうか。実は新しい飲み友ができそうなんだよな。まあ似たようなもんかな。いいや。絶対。
So we should probably get the worst. Oh wait, in a way we did get the Adonis bad end, because when we did the go to the park. So therefore, that one was really traumatizing. You get frustrated with Creo largely for how unintuitive it is. It's not doing what you want it to do, and it's not making it easy for you to get the results that you need. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair that it would be frustrating for that. You've never read any of the Nicholas Sparks books? I've read 3 of them. I've read Walk to Remember, Last Song, and Nights at, I think it's Rodanthe. It's a beautiful, they're all beautiful, beautiful stories. That is true. That is true. The trigger mode will be even more traumatizing. Trigger mode fail will be more traumatizing. So we might just get 2 bad endings done in one go. So now we go to... talk to Shiraishi. So many books to read, so little time. Right? So many good ones. I'm currently reading one by a local author. And I'm hopeful that eventually it'll get a little bit less dark. Because it starts off pretty dark. But I'm only on chapter 2, so... But it has some really good Christian undertones. Then we gotta be honest.
はあ？持ち出しは私はお弁
Yep, we know all of this.
そこまでハマり込んで何しろ。そりゃそう、ネットいじめ。どこで逆恨たまにあた
I'm not gonna use skip mode for right now, just because I want to make sure. So I think this time I'm going to save prior to trigger mode. And then I will intentionally fail trigger mode. You did come up with the title for your story, though, thanks to ChatGPT helping a little. For now, the title is The Secret She Prayed No One Will See. Oh, I love that! I love that title.
ああ、星野さん。そうだ。 岡崎から上がってきた報告からすでに本部では世良に指名手配をかけている。
Cool. I managed to mute before the sneeze.
見て
星野我々と
そうミュな
森岡星野さんとにかく
Thank you. That feels better because that one was building for a minute. Alright, we gotta be honest. I am like crazy going fast through this, trying to get to the next decision point.
今
うる
いい
さ
な
ま
今夜も
あだま
さなんだ
別に
We already know all that.
まあたける
Sounds good. That's true because it'll stop for any decisions. And I have like 3 or 4 more decisions before I need to really be worried. So there we go. We know all of this already. Ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. So what do you have planned for this Good Friday, Caro? Are you going to be going to the Lux service tonight, or do you have your in-person church, or both? I'm going to try and tune in for both, if time allows. Going to your in-person church, and we'll probably watch Lux tomorrow. There you go. That sounds good. Oh no! The prisoner escaped! Soda escaped! We must catch him! And then... yes. Okay, here we go. So now we're on the right track.
そういうことだな。開発会社には操作協力としてごく一部にバグを発生させてもらう。その後が正午のギルドには前もって俺が作ったプレイヤーキャラを潜入させてある。ほら、ここのタケルってのが俺。ユーザーの動きが最も大きくなる時間帯にピンポイントでバグを発生させて、そこから絶望してるところを待機してる捜査員に連行させて、心底弱った状態でその上聴取するのが。
I'm gonna try and watch Lux tonight because I think I should have at least some time to watch a little bit of it. But I also want to watch Lux's video from Wednesday. Yes, I think I am, because I'm following what decisions it says. So far to get the good ending. And then I'm gonna get bad end 1 after creating save file 2. Then I'm gonna go back to save file 2. And then instead of when I make save file 3, I'm gonna go for bad ending number 2. Oh, I can't necessarily. Huh. Bad end number 4 might not be the best or easiest one for me to get, but I can get bad end 1 and bad end 2 pretty easily. Plus, I already got the Adonis one, so you should probably check in on your church friend tonight if she'll be there, since she had 7 small crackers with horseradish sauce on Wednesday. Oh my goodness! I have yet to ever try horseradish sauce. Part of me is scared to because I know that it can be spicy, but I've also heard that it's one of those ones that it goes boom. Like it packs a punch and then it dies off pretty quickly. August update has been added to materials.
ほんとわかりやすいなお前。いい、多少強引なのは分かってる。ただそれでよし。ならこれお前も食っとけ。この後に。おう、いい心がけだな、ポチ。
I'm not a dog! And he's totally saying this and knowingly saying this in order to get a rise out of her. You might try tuning into Lux if you're able to finish your homework early. You found someone on YouTube build a part similar to the one you're struggling with. Unfortunately, it's not exactly the and that. Unfortunately, it's not exact and the measurements are different. Gotcha. Well, I hope you're able to tune into Lux. That would be awesome. It starts at, I believe, 5 or 5:30 our time. Let me check the announcements just to make sure. $5:30. It'll be about a half hour to 45 minutes. Okay, so I need... Your IRL church did a Passover Seder on Wednesday. Your pastor let a few people try some of the foods, and afterwards there were tons of leftovers, so he let everyone else try things. You didn't try the sauce, but you got some of the leftover hard-boiled eggs to bring home. Ooh! A hard-boiled egg sounds really, really good. I love hard-boiled eggs. They are delicious. It would be kind of cool to try going to a Passover Seder at some point. The bitter herbs I'm not necessarily looking forward to, but I get the meaning behind it. Ooh, sounds good.
バグの発生を確認しました。予定通り、正午の ID 以外には影響は出ていません。
All right, here we go.
なんだよ俺。なんで。待て。
違う、見殺しにしてるんじゃねえ。動かねえんだよ。くそ、なんだよこれ。ログインし直せばいいのか。
Hello, sweetie.
Sounds like a plan. You enjoy shopping. Aw, thank you so much for the follow. You are awesome, Caro. Enjoy shopping, and I hope that you find everything that you need.
だからなんで動かねえんだよ。おかしいだろこのクソが。
Ooh, Starburst jelly beans! That sounds amazing! Do it! I will be the bad influence friend and say, Do
アイテムなんか取っ
it!
てねえし、わけわかんねえこと言ってんじゃねえや。なんで書き込みできねえの。なんで俺がお前らのアイテムなんか狙う必要ある。怪しいと思ってた。俺じゃない。俺。
Rose fast and fell hard. Yup.
やだ。嫌だ嫌だ嫌だ。俺は何もしてない。
終わったな。峯岸さん。
了解です。突入回避確保。
ま、こんなもんだろう。
いえ、
そりゃどうも。
峯岸管理官、
状況は。
周囲は囲みましたが、容疑者説得に当たっていますが、
あの女、
俺をはめたのは
おそらく ID は峯岸さん。
自殺されては
だとしたら俺も行く。お前はあくまで餌だ。本命はこっちだってわかる。
危険ですよ。
There we go. So now we're off to the scene. We're off to go see Soda and prevent him from doing any harm.
管理官、
そうだわ。
説得を続けていますが、反響。
仕方ありませんね、星野さん。ソーダは錯乱状態にあります。緑、発砲も。笹塚君、君もです。こちらの銃を。
いらね
え。しかし、
俺には向いてねえから。くどい。
わかりました。
Alright. We're gonna make our save.
だからてめえらじゃ話になる。
落ち着きなさい。
うるせえ。一歩でも近づいたらマジで死んでやる。
Alright, here we go. Making save file. Number 2. Considering we're off to get the bad end, there will probably be harm involved. That is true.
いちか、お前が出るのです。
I think I saved a little bit early, but that is okay. It's better to save a little too early than to not.
てめえ。俺をはめバーカ。俺の世界を。
そうだ。お前が言ったんだろ。俺だよ。 掲示板見てなかった神に見殺しにす。簡単だよな。お前のキャラをバグらった。
I can always
お前は2回目だ。
save if needed.
てめえ。
お、そう、どこに行っても所詮それ。リアルじゃ何もできねえ小物が何度でも言ってやるよ。
There it is. There it is. Alright. So we're gonna save. Override number 11. Here we go. I need to mentally prepare. We've intentionally missed. Okay. We're ready. Sasazuka!
いつか
I had pushed Sasazuka out of the way, dropped into my shooting stance, and drew a bead. Soda's shooting hand was freshly stained a crimson hue. My shot was true. Wait, did I actually get it? Did that actually work? But wait, there was a second shot. So, where... Investigators were waiting in the back and rushed in to neutralize Soda, and I... Oh no. Oh no, she was hit. I feel weak in the knees. I can't. A bright red heat fills my chest and I collapse.
おい、やめろ。バカ死ぬな。いつか。
Oh no. I'm sorry. In that instant, I made a choice to protect instead of shoot. I thought I wouldn't make it in time. Flame erupted from the muzzle of the gun aimed at Sasazuka first, so... Please don't cry. I'm glad I protected you. That was the last thought I ever had. Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's traumatizing! Oh my gosh! Oh, oh, that was awful! Oh, I thought it was gonna be Sasazuka! I thought it was gonna be Sasazuka who died! So we're gonna wait till after the ads, reload, get our not bad ending, so that we can get on our way to bad ending number 2. Oh, that was awful. Oh. Not the bad end you expected? Huh. Is the one that you were expecting even more traumatizing than that? Maybe it was because I Let's see, because it says... It just says intentionally fail on trigger mode, so maybe it depends on where and how you failed trigger mode. See you guys after ads! Alright, we're back. There we go. Alright, let's load this. Alright, I guess let's see what happens if we, rather than... Let's see what happens then if we... do that.
Ichika!
Okay. So maybe now that we didn't... Oh, it should be the same. You're just remembering it incorrectly? Okay. In that case... we'll reload. And we'll do it right this time.
Ichika!
No? Alright, let's try again. So that way we can make the... Okay, I'll... There we go. That was the timing that we needed. Okay. So... But even the one where Ichika dies, she said she pushed him out of the way. It was to protect him. Right? Isn't that what it said the first time? Okay, because my main reason for reloading was because it looked like it was going in the same direction. It looked like it was... It kind of looked like it was going to give that same ending of Ichika dying, and I'm like, okay. So we're going to be seeing the same thing over and over and over? Now we're hearing the story of his mom. We got that one. No new information there. Talking with Adonis. Yeah, that's the bad end that we'd gotten. That was the bad end we got, because she pushed him out of the way. He goes, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And then she dies, and she's like, I don't regret it. I am glad I protected you. Yeah, that's the one that we'd got by failing trigger mode. Or am I going completely crazy? There's one miss, which the choices leading up to it that affect which one you get. Oh. That could be what the difference is. Because I'm just following what the one leading to the good end says to do. So maybe that's what it is? So maybe once we've gone through all the bad endings leading, like, with the way that we're doing it now, maybe I'll look on YouTube and see if they have, like, a compilation of every single possible bad end. And I'll see what if I can see the other one for the failed trigger mode. December 15th incident has been added to materials.
おい、この資料、桜川のとこに返しとけ。ああ。で、返し終わったら、署の玄関前で集合な。午後はちょっと気合がいるからな。腹ごしらえだ。ちゃんと頭使って考えられた褒美に飯をおごってやるよ。
ああ。
お、好きなもん食わしてやるから店考えとけ。居酒屋以外な。
Oh. Oh, that explains it. That explains it. Because we haven't gotten to making those choices yet that result in bad end number 4. Oh, because I was following the ones on the link you gave me that said bad end 1. And then you gotta, and that one is the intentionally fail on trigger mode. Okay. So at least we know where things went a little bit askew.
はいはい。なら早く行ってこい。さっさと来ねえと。
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no worries. No worries. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, what in the, like, I was thinking more, did I mess up? Did I skip a step? It's good to know that I didn't. And that eventually we're going to get to where we need to be. Oh wait, I should have saved. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll just make save file 3 when it gets to that particular choice. That's a-okay. Alright, so now we will... override 12. Huh. I wonder if this is another one of the... I wonder if maybe this is the one? If this is another one of the bad endings that I got? I'm pretty sure I did. You just remember that particular one and you'd consider it the big bad end of Sasazuka's route? That makes sense!
でも笹塚さん、世間一般で言う正義はそのこと。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no worries at all. No worries at all. I'm sure reading it will, like, seeing it play out will be worse than the description that I got.
起きたばかりで悪いが。
Okay. Yeah, I probably can. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure... Yeah! This is the one where he just up and disappears. Yeah. Alright, so that was bad ending number 3. He just up and disappears. I guess bad end number 2, technically. So... now we're gonna go for bad end number 3. Why is it not? Why is it not letting me choose chapter 4 low? Or any of the chapters? That's weird, because it says on here, from main menu, choose chapter 3, and then select low. Because I'm guessing it would be chapter. Because it almost looks like he's not even an option to go with. Because I really don't want to have to go all the way back to chapter 1. Let's see, there is a chapter 3. I do have a chapter 3 save here. It doesn't look like I can. Because anytime I press R or L, it just only goes to Enomoto. Okay, I can make that happen. Hey, how's it going, Mabius? Hope you're doing well. Alright, let's go for best end then. And we'll do... because so far we're on the right track for that. So in that case, I'm gonna load this one. And then there. Oh, that could be it. They may have set it up to where you have to do the best route first. And then you can go about going, oh, I want to go to this one, and then I want to try this bad ending. So we can do a bunch of skips for now. And then we'll try that. What are you up to today, Mabius? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so that should be... Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'd like to see where your choices naturally lead and then do the bad ends and end on the good end if you didn't get it the first time. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it was some update? I don't know. Like, it seems like a weird update that... Because, it just seems kind of weird to me that you would want to get the super good end first, if that isn't where your choices naturally lead. And you would think that with me getting the tragic love ending, that would be the one that would have unlocked the whole thing. Looking forward to service tonight. Your church is having a Good Friday service. Forgot to post the link in Dustin's Discord. Doing that now. Hope it's being live streamed. I hope so too. That would be awesome. I know my church is having a Good Friday service. I might post the link to that in the Discord too. I remember this part from the tragic ending. You don't think it's an update, especially since it was ported over from the Vita? It's been a while since you played through this one yourself, but knowing Collar X Malice, it was probably set up that way from the beginning, not being able to select the chapter until after completing the good end. That makes sense. Some games it doesn't matter which end you unlock first, some it does. Apparently with this one, it does. Right? Like, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
しっかりしろ。今俺がしなきゃならないことは何？あいつを泣かせたらきっと鬱陶しいだろうからな。
Come on, give me this good ending. I want to see them fall in love.
セラのメッセージはおそらく額面通りの意味じゃね
え。それに和樹には選別も送りました。あいつは気づかないかも。
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything new because of the choices that I had made, but you're right. And so now we've got all of this info that we've already gotten. What kind of name is Pua or even Dodo? I'm just saying. I mean, technically, my sister and brother-in-law named their dog Dorito and nicknamed him Jojo or Dodo. But you are correct that we typically don't name a person Dodo or Pua.
これでいい。ちょっと待ってろ。もう大丈夫だ。
Yay!
セラのおかげでやっとクソ野郎どもの尻尾がつかめたんだよ。
Yeah, it was a different time, different language, etc. But at the same time, to our modern ears, it does sound kind of interesting.
まだ盗聴機能は生きてるだろうから、これからそれ持って署に向かう。峯岸さん、アドニスのアジトが割れました。
Alright. So now I guess all of this is going to be the same from the tragic ending.
今お伝えした通り、交換殺人は自分で手を下さなかったからこそ。
Right? Hey Dodo, go to the refrigerator and grab me a grape
だけど
juice.
時間が経ち、事実が染み渡るにつれて、それをこの資料の
I'd be like,
データの提供者。
my brother-in-law's dog, and my sister and brother-in-law's dog is in France, and he can't exactly go to the
俺に
fridge
接触してきた。
or grab grape juice.
おそらく個々の事件を罪に問うだけでも不足。信憑性を疑う方もいるでしょうが。
組織構成員の規模
不明です。ですが
捜査員の危険が予想。
いいえ、警察内よ。
各所からよりすぐったこの捜査を。
ええ、そうでなければここまでごく一部ですが内部データにも自分からは
I
以
want
上
to make sure I don't miss any new information, but at the same time, I'm like, this feels already like we've seen it.
所轄
はい、多少自分だ一般人なんかなおい、これコーヒーとどう
There we go. 2 days after the assault on Adonis headquarters, the Metropolitan Office dispatched their entire force and arrested many of the Adonis members. Exactly. Even if he was here, he couldn't do that. He has short legs, lacks opposable thumbs, and doesn't comprehend human speech. Exactly! Exactly! But as the police feared, all of the members they found had their memories erased, just like Manabu Soda. The executive level members had already fled and they'd wiped the data from the hideout. Fortunately, they weren't able to completely erase everything. Because of the quick strike against the hideout, some evidence had been left behind. Cybercrime's team and many other investigators had been poring over the data day and night. Amidst that, Akito was taken into custody during the raids, and like the others, he was found in a state where he'd had his memory erased. Not only was the memory of Adonis gone, but he barely even remembered Kazuki. This historical string of crimes in Japan seemed to have finally come to a conclusion. However, the police still had far more work left to do. Shinjuku was now moving to lift the quarantine. They're collecting all the distributed firearms. Citizens have been told the reason, and the police are assisting those still in fear. Cops' job is never ending, and the people who were involved still suffered scars. Everything is not back to normal yet. I'll do what I can. What I do will not change from now on. This is some mid-high stress reading, and the children of Israel served everyone but the Lord, right?
お、星野ちゃん。どうした？お前まだ勤務中じゃないのか？
そうか。お前も大
だってお前。
母親。
This part I remember for sure.
もしそれ。
そう。また。
なも。
I feel like this is...
よ、お疲れ。ならちょっと。ああ、いいって。何より。
Oh!
逃がしま。
Oh. Oh boy.
さあ、久々の機会ですし。
Right?
主任ならいませんわ。長期休暇。
Oh, an extended vacation.
ええ、もう事件解決したんだし疲れた。いたらいたで腹が立つのにいない。しかも。
They are such good friends. Such good friends.
それはそう。肉は肉。本当は飲みの席で追求する気だ。笹塚と最近。笹塚さんの家。しかもそのまま。あら。
There we go.
本当に？今
going all the way through.
再現して別に。うわっ、お前この。
見た？ええ。
The look of a maiden in love.
星野、抵抗しても仕方ないよ。全部自白して楽になっちゃいな。
She's in love. She's in love.
キス？されたの？あらあら。ああ、笹塚がどう思ってるかはこの際。あんたの方はどうなの？星野さん、おせっかいかもしれませんが、今の関係がいくら心地よくとも。まあそうだね。
That's a good
そうなっ
point.
たら再犯のその時あんたはどうす。まあ私のおすすめとしては今のうちに規制
Oh my
を作ってお
gosh.
くことだね。ええ、幸いなことに。
Thank you, Ichika. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not ready for that yet.
いい言葉を教えてやる星野。ということで検討を
Yeah, I think that's a little too much too fast. I mean, we need to at least have a DTR moment. That I agree with. But
何やってんだお前。
are you eating all right?
飯なら今食ってきた帰り。つうかなんで突然心配しだしてんだ。お前。
Mother?
だってお前母親というより
It's not like that at all.
まあいい。それよりお前24日の夜空いてるか。
は？
はじゃねえ。返事はイエスかイエスで答えろって教えただろ。前に峯岸さんに連れてかれた料亭。
Oh.
あそこの予約。
Huh? Why go there all of a sudden?
そんなの決まってんだろ。打ち上げだ。事件も落ち着いたし、お前もまあよくやったし。その
are you sure?
悪かったら誘ってねえよ。それで
I am. I'd make time even if I wasn't.
どんだけ食い意地張ってんだよ。
Sasazuka laughed a little and opened the door to Investigations HQ.
じゃあ明後日な。忘れんなよ。
Yes. Sasazuka disappeared into the room and I tried to steady my rapidly beating heart. The 24th is Christmas Eve. But Sasazuka said it was in celebration. I better not jump to any conclusions. But a part of me is hopeful. What should I do? I can't stay calm. I smiled, forced myself to stifle it, and then I smiled again out of reflex. It must have been annoying to look at my face on the way home. And on Christmas Eve, I woke up earlier than usual to prepare breakfast for Kazuki as well as our lunches. What should I do? Maybe this is too flashy. Maybe I shouldn't be too plain. If I look like I'm too into it, I might end up getting laughed at. So say, Kazuki, which one do you think is better?
どっちも変わんね
Aww.
え。朝っぱらからバタバタうるせえんだよ。何
I didn't know what to say. Oh, Christmas is almost equivalent to Valentine's Day in Japan. Oh, that I didn't know. Oh, that's so sweet. I didn't know that. That's so cute. That explains so much.
門限は11時の。
He's joking with us.
イチカのくせに色気づきやがって。イブだからって浮かれてんじゃねえぞ。泊まりとか絶対認めねえから。笹塚にも。
Okay. Apparently he saw right through me.
あと俺も晩飯いらねえか
ら。Why?
あれだよ。岡崎のバカからの誘い。なんかの事務所でパーティーするとこで俺も誘われたからいい。
The office? Could it be? Kazuki did seem to be getting along with Okazaki since he begrudgingly accepted his invitation. I laughed a little while watching Kazuki get ready as I prepared for work too. Some people were cheery because it was Christmas Eve, but our work was busier than usual. We intervened in some drunken fights, we reprimanded a student that climbed the Christmas tree in front of the station. While we attended to situations like those, it became night quicker than I realized. Alrighty, Mabius, sounds good, enjoy! It's now time for me to meet Sasazuka. But thank you for waiting. I changed my clothes and redid my makeup and lost track of time. I arrived at the restaurant we had arranged to meet at 5 minutes late. Sasazuka was there, obviously not pleased that he had to wait for me.
遅い。5分前行動は基本って言ったろ。
Dude, don't you know about fashionably late? Sorry.
何をそんなに時間かかって。
He looked at me and squinted before quickly whirling around.
まあいい。ほら、行くぞ。
Sure. I'd gotten a bit more dressed up than I usually would be, but it didn't seem to have any effect on him. It's just a celebration after all. I shouldn't expect too much. I followed after Sasazuka, who was just being his usual self, and heaved a little sigh. I heard a shishi odoshi in the distance in this immaculately clean room. I thought this when I came here last time, but now I'm certain that I don't belong here. However, since this was my second time here, I was at least slightly less uncomfortable. It's delicious! Take a look at this soup bowl with milt. Did you try it? It's so plump looking.
見てる。食ってる。
This is red snapper sashimi and Japanese lobster. It almost feels like a waste to eat it.
なら代わりに食ってやろうか。
Exactly, I agree with you, Soul. It's like he's kind of processing it all, and he's kind of going, wait, why would she... Wait, she looks beautiful. Ah, what do I do? What do I do? Probably freaking out internally. No, I'll eat it. I enjoyed the kaiseki banquet as Sasazuka just smiled and watched over me.
まあ好きなだけ堪能しろ。褒美だからな。
Don't mind if I do. The last time I was here, I wasn't able to enjoy the meal because of the situation.
ああ。よく考えりゃ、峯岸さんと来てからまだ10日しか経ってねえのか。
If you want to look at it that way, we only met about 2 weeks ago. After that, Sasazuka and I became partners and we started pursuing the X-Day incidents. And now we're having dinner together on Christmas Eve. If I told my past self this would happen, I'd probably think future me was insane. When I first met Sasazuka, if I was being perfectly honest, he was the scariest of all the people at the detective office. He was the first one that made me stare down reality when I was bound by the poisonous collar. Since he was a complete pragmatist at first, he only saw me as a clue. But that was why I was so happy when Sasazuka finally changed his view about me and acknowledged me as his partner. And of everything that was said to me during the investigation, it was his words of comfort that struck my heart stronger than anything else. And because it was Sasazuka... I still think you're a little insane, Ichika, but I still love you, right?
何ニヤニヤしてんの？タイの刺身そんなうまかったか？
It's true that it was good, but I was just thinking back on everything that's happened. There's still a lot of cleanup to do, but I'm just glad it's mostly over.
ああ、そうだ。
Sasazuka looked out the window and a shadow fell over his face. He didn't seem to feel that the incidents were over, as he didn't mirror my feelings. Sasazuka, do you regret it? Turning down Adonis's recruitment, that is?
少しはな。でも、結果として俺はアドニスの手を払った。そして今お前とここにいる。それが全てだろ。
Yes. The next dish that was brought over to the table was a stewed fugu dish. This was something I usually didn't get to eat, but something was on my mind. I had my collar taken off and Sasazuka helped me with so much more. But what about me? What have I done? Have I helped Sasazuka at all? I suddenly regretted eating this reward meal that was supposedly for me.
どうした？
Nothing. I think this inescapable feeling was what's holding me back. It's why I couldn't take another step forward. Thank you for the food today.
ま、 たまには餌もやらねえとな。
There you go again, treating me like a pet. Because it was Christmas Eve, there were couples everywhere. A part of me envied them, but a bigger part of my psyche just decided to give up. I'm not good enough right now. I'm just leaning on him. This isn't a relationship I can push forward. When I realized that, I had stopped walking. The distance between Sasazuka and I gradually winded. Right? At this point, she takes it in stride. Couldn't be me. What's wrong? Sasazuka noticed that I'd stopped walking and turned around. I couldn't bring myself to smile properly.
なんでそんな顔してんだよ。今日は別にいじめてねえだろ。
I'm sorry, it's just... I feel so pitiful. I'm your partner, Sasazuka, but I'm not that useful. You gave me this reward, but I don't think I had any right to it.
バカじゃねえの。
I'm sorry.
そうじゃねえよ。何勘違いしてんだ。
I am?
俺に最後の一歩を踏みとどまらせたのはお前だ、星野一花。アドニスの手を取りたいって考えるたび、お前の泣きそうな顔が頭に浮かんだ。俺がいなくなったら泣くだろうって、そう思ったら不思議と冷静になった。うまく言えないけど、要するにお前を泣かせたくなかった。
There is some sweetness underneath all of the stubbornness and bluntness. My heart beat faster.
こんなこと他の誰にもできねえだろ。パートナーだからとかそれ以前に。
Sasazuka took my hand while saying that.
俺を引き戻したのはこの手だ。それだけで十分価値はある。
Sasazuka.
そういうことちゃんと覚えとけ。以上。
He tried to hide his bashful expression by turning away from me while drawing my hand. His warm hand acknowledged me. Right, he is the sourest Sour Patch Kid at the bottom of the bag. It made me feel valuable. What should I do? This isn't fair. If he says that to me... The heat built up in my cheeks. The emotions and words that were bottled up inside couldn't be contained any longer.
Ichika.
I love you. I love you, Sasazuka. You're more to me than an investigation partner. I always want to be by your side. Compared to you, I'm not that smart, and I'm not that good with words. I know full well that I'm still not good enough to stand alongside you right now. But I'll work hard until I am. I'll do anything for you, Sasazuka. Just like I did when you tested me the time before, I'll work hard until you acknowledge me. So, please, please give me a chance to not just be your partner, but your girlfriend as well. I know this was pitiful for me to say. I had tears in my eyes as I clung on to him. I pleaded to him about wanting to be together. If he decided to call me a pet at this moment, I really had no comeback for that. As expected, Sasazuka responded with a powerless sigh.
お前バカだろ。恋人？チャンス？何言い出すのかと思えば。お前はとっくに俺のだ。
Huh?
そのぐらいちゃんと察しろ。言わなきゃわかんねえとかマジありえねえ。
But Sasazuka, you never even hinted at it once.
バカ猫。好きでもねえ女、イブの夜に誘うわけねえだろ。俺はとっくに恋人だと思ってた。これじゃ逆に俺の片思いじゃねえか、バカ。
Stop calling me stupid. If that's so important to you, why didn't you make sure I knew by telling me something?
うるせえ。バカをバカって言って何が悪いんだよ、この鈍感バカ。
Even though his words may have been harsh, Sasazuka's tone was so gentle. Soon, silence came between us. With a shaky voice, I said this. You can call me a stupid or dense person. It's my fault for not noticing, but please say it.
好きだ。いちか。ずっ
Oh.
とそばに置いてやる。だからとりあえずこの腕離せ。キスしてやれねえだろ。
The kiss today was sweeter than our last. I felt our hearts connected with this deep kiss. But that wasn't enough for me. I apologized to Kazuki in my mind, but I knew I wouldn't be making that curfew tonight. We would whisper love in each other's ears until the morning sun shone on our skin. This day, this night, there will...
好きだ。何度言わせるんだよ。
It was the happiest Christmas of my life. Hello, Mochita. It's lunchtime, so I'm going on break. The moment lunchtime arrived, I ran out to the hallway without even waiting for a response. The day after Christmas Eve, I was walking happily down the hallway to meet Sasazuka since we promised to have lunch. What is this feeling? I feel like I'm walking on clouds. We came to work from the same home and we said goodbye after promising to have lunch. Those simple things brought me so much happiness for some reason. Oh, now is not the time to be in a daze. He'll sulk if I make him wait, so I'd better hurry.
Oh, Hoshino-chan.
Oh, Sakuragawa.
随分と上機嫌だね。で?
Huh?
私たちのアドバイス通りうまくいった?
We're buddies, aren't we? Sakuragawa wrapped her arm around my neck. I didn't know how to answer her. How much could I tell her? While I was still worrying about that, we came to an open space and...
こっち来い。
Huh? I'm grabbed by my arm and I'm forcibly separated from Sakuragawa. Sasazuka?
お、Sasazuka。ちょうどいいとこに。今さ、星野。
こいつは俺の邪魔すんな。
え？
からかうのもいじるのも俺の。
Right, such a child.
じゃあな。
Sasazuka walked away, holding my arm while he ignored the dumbfounded Sakuragawa.
ほら、さっさと行くぞ。
Oh, yes. Wait for me. We walked through the hall and then down the stairs as Sasazuka moved with stomping footsteps. Seen from behind, it must look like he's in a pretty foul mood. Even after we left the station, he was still acting the same way. When we stopped at a red light, I cautiously tried to get him to talk. Did I do something?
さっき桜川と話してた時、どうして口ごもった？
Huh? Because...
はっきり言えばよかっただろう。お前は俺のだって。それともお前、もしかして俺とのこと隠そうとでも思ってんのか？
That's not true. I just felt embarrassed on the spot. Saying that I have a lover is a bit embarrassing. I'm sure Sasazuka wouldn't understand the way a girl thinks. He started mumbling something without listening to me.
桜川はまだ女だからいいとしても、やっぱ新宿にいるうちにしっかりマーキングしとかなきゃな。危なっかしくて仕方ねえ。
Possessive much? What are you talking about? Right as I said that, his soft lips pressed. Themselves against mine, and my words were stuffed back into my mouth. Sasazuka. He mouthed my lower lip as if to tell me to shut up, and that caused my shaking to stop. The roughness of his kiss felt like he was channeling his annoyances into his lips in order to brand himself onto my lips. It was more like an act of stealing my lips rather than it was stealing a kiss. I sensed the feeling of my body growing weak, like he had stolen my heart.
いいかお前は俺のだ
Yes! He whispered that between my lips and I timidly responded.
誰にでも尻尾振るなたとえ餌で釣られてもだ
I would never. Until we start the next route. Yes!
よしならいい
Sasazuka seemed to be the type of boyfriend that liked to monopolize someone. His mood suddenly improved as he flashed a grin at me.
物足りなさそうだもう一回してほしいのか
No, I'm fine.
ならさっさと行くぞ飯だ飯お前に餌付けするの
Right? Until we start the next route. Stop treating me like a pet. This guy is so mean, but I found myself deeply in love with him despite all of his flaws. Jeez, really? The signal turned green and he walked off, so I follow him. I jumped on his back without saying anything and wrapped my arms around his neck.
おい離せこのバカ
No way! I'm not letting go! I took his arm and started walking. This time, instead of being dragged, I walked alongside him. We held hands like lovers. The end. So I guess we'll let these play. We'll let this play a little bit. He's my least favorite in the game, and I still find his route enjoyable on some level, right? It's fun seeing him start to soften. I think for me, that's the fun, is seeing him soften throughout. So we're gonna go just a little bit longer than normal, even though I'm starting to get hungry. I need lunch, I need foods, but I want to also finish up the 2 other endings. So far, I still think that Shiraishi and Sasazuka are my 2 least favorites. But I do love the kind of Beauty and the Beast moment between the 2 of them. I think Okazaki so far, just with kind of how creepy he is. Well, Okazaki's not like super creepy. Not as creepy as Shiraishi. But Enomoto and Yanagi definitely are up there with Best Boy. I guess by creepy, it's more just the fact that he's, like, always there. He's, like, always where we are, kind of a thing. He's not, like, the creeper kind of creepy and, like what Shiraishi is. Phew, that's about right. I'd been staring at the screen for so long that my joints felt like they've calcified. I rested my hands from typing and stretched my shoulders with a big sigh. I'll revise it tomorrow morning and...
65点。
Sasazuka? How long have you been there?
全体としちゃ悪くねえけど、ところどころ主観入りすぎ。
Oh, not common route? Gotcha.
はあ？人に見せるための文章だろ。しかしその様子じゃ、事件の後処理が山ほどあるからな。大半はただのクレームだろ。お前、最初に会った時は。
Fair enough. Fair enough.
じゃあバカ。ああ。んなことより、今日は。
Wow, this ending is a long one.
まだアドニスのメンバー。ああ、けど案の定、事件に関する記憶はきれいに消されてる。あのソーダ学ぶや、セラーキと。
The moment I heard that name, I felt a dull ache in my chest. Akito was found at Adonis's hideout and was taken into custody, and he was currently still in jail. The last time I saw him was when I accompanied Kazuki to visit him. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, probably, I guess more weird. Weird definitely feels like a better descriptor.
で、こっちが12月のライブ前にやっぱ思い出す。
ごめん、星野。
Akito, like Manabu Soda, had lost all of their memories after they made contact with Adonis. He and Kazuki had become good friends after Akito had made contact with Adonis, apparently. In the memories Akito still retained, Kazuki was just another classmate of his.
思い出せなくてごめん。でも、ある意味良かったと思う。
良かった。
だって星野はギタリストとしてこれから本格的に活動するって聞いた。
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
俺たちはお互いのことを忘れた方がいい。
Akito smiled with a seemingly transparent face. Ironically, that smile was the same one that Kazuki knew better than anyone.
一色さんだって冤罪のせいでメジャーデビューが潰れたし、もし星野がいつかメジャーに行った時、だから。
ざっけんだ
Kazuki?
君
Kazuki punched the acrylic divider between us, causing the jailer to intervene. But Kazuki couldn't hold the pent-up words and emotions inside any longer.
俺には才能があるって。俺を後押ししてくれたのはお前だろ。覚えてねえなんて言わせねえぞ。人をここまで引っ張ってきて、あとは任せて、はい、さようなら。
Exactly, Soul.
ふざけんなよ、アキト。
星野。
なくした記憶なんていつか俺が思い出させてやる。もう友達じゃないって言うならまた最初から友達になってやる。だから逃げんなこのバカ。俺はお前の作った曲以外でデビューなんて。
Our visitation ended right there. I was also reprimanded for it.
バカだろ弟は。まあ、あいつらしいけど。
Yes, really. He's so straightforward, it's blinding.
そうだ、お姉さん。
That was Akito's response to getting Kazuki's messages back then. Akito was a criminal that murdered out of revenge. That couldn't be denied, and he would have to pay for his crimes. But even if he was a criminal, he had a friend who cared deeply for him. That was a very important thing. Wait for me, Sasazuka. I'm almost done.
部屋中がカレー。
The owner of the apartment makes this snide remark while lazing about on the sofa, but I just ignored it. I plated up some salad and turned the heat off the stewing pot. That should do it. Please clear the table. Making dinner here at Sasazuka's place before heading home has become part of my everyday routine. I looked up and saw a kitchen knife, cutting board, pots, and pans. These cooking utensils were brand new, as if they'd been put here just for me. I agree. As long as it is, I do like that we're getting follow-up on a lot of things. I felt that Sasazuka's colorless room now had a touch of my color in it. That makes me happy, because I feel like we get closure between Kazuki and Akito. But yet, it's also kind of open-ended for stuff to happen down the road, as far as repairing that friendship. Hey, don't you think it's kind of rude for a man to call a woman creepy?
鏡見てこい。事実だから。それよりさっさと盛り付けろ。甘口だろうな。これか。
Even while complaining, he carried the plates. Sasazuka does seem slightly kinder than before. Maybe. He sat down and put his hands together. Then he silently dug in with his spoon. I watched him quietly with a smile. I agree. How does it taste? I like the open-endedness, because it leaves room in the other routes. I won't know unless you tell me. I'm not as perceptive as you are. As he mumbled those half-hearted complimentary words, I knew for sure I saw his cheek flush slightly. He probably realized it too, because he immediately frowned and then tried to play it off.
頼んでもいねえのに。毎日料理作ってから帰ってくとか。お前は家政婦か？メイドか？
If you're annoyed by my cooking here, then fix your diet.
じゃあ改善しねえ。
Huh? That means...
そこは突っ込む。恥ずかしいだろ。
After we finished eating... That too, the fan disc as well. We had a conversation about work over a cup of tea. Investigations HQ is getting disbanded?
ああ。未曾有の大事件ってことで、特例としてまだ設置されたままだったが、さすがに後処理も一段落したからな。来週解散することが正式に決定した。
I see. The incident was solved, so that was expected. But even so, if Investigations HQ disbands, you'll return to the Metropolitan office, right?
まあな。寂しい子。
Yes, very lonely.
そういうとこだけ直球だよな、お前。聞いた俺が恥ずかしいだろ。
But don't you feel lonely? Not at all?
詰め寄ってくんな。普通だ、普通。
That's not an answer. Does it make you feel lonely or not?
No comment.
Denied. He threw my coat at me and pointed over at the door with an annoyed look on his face.
ほら、もう帰る時間だろ。送ってってやるから、さっさとしろ。
I've been thinking this recently, but this relationship is so one-sided from my end.
今度は何言い出してんだ、お前。
You could at least say that it'd make you a little bit lonely.
あのな、寂しいも何も、新宿署から警視庁までは地下鉄で15分だろう。会おうと思えばいつだって会える距離だ。どうせ仕事中はお互い別々の部署なんだし。新宿。
It's a matter of emotion.
ならお前は距離が離れれば気持ちも離れるとでも言いたいわけ。
I agree. I like when she stands up for herself and it's kind of like, all right, we're going to communicate about this. That's not what I meant.
最近思うんだけどな。お前好きだって言う割には俺のことを信用してねえだろ。
That's not true.
だったらもっとドンと構えてろ。本部が解散しようが職場が離れようが。
Right communication. Sasazuka, you don't usually say things outright, but you do this from time to time. It's not fair.
お前にしか言わねえけど。
Gosh.
はいはい。まだ心配なんだったら 自分の手でしっかり捕まえとけ。
He held out his arm to urge me. I realized his intentions and quickly take hold of his arm. Even if we don't work at the same place, Sasazuka, you're still my partner.
念押ししなくても分かってるっての。
As always, Sasazuka's words were overly blunt and direct. But as if to make up for that, there was emotion in the strength of his arm. Even in the brisk January weather, I felt his warmth. I felt his emotions through that much more strongly than I did with mere words. Or through that, much more strongly than I did with mere
大
words.
体寂しいだのなんだのってのも手っ取り早い解決法はあるだろ。
Huh?
あのシスコンさっさと独り立ちさせろ。
I was gonna say, that's, I had a feeling that's where he was going. Ugh. I almost agreed to that, so I stopped. Sorry, Kazuki. I couldn't throw out my brother when my parents entrusted him to me. Besides, I was still worried about whether or not Kazuki could live independently yet. Knowing my internal conundrum, my lover teasingly laughed at me.
今はあの弟がギャーギャー騒ぐからこうして家に帰してやってるけど、その時が来たら飼い殺してやるから覚悟しとけよ。
That sounded like such a sweet threat. This was how my lover expressed his love. So I answered him with my greatest smile. Yes, I'll be looking forward to it.
なんで嬉しそうなんだよ。たく、このバカ猫が。
The end. Alright, you guys, we're gonna finish up those other two endings tomorrow because I am getting super duper hungry. My stomach is growling and I'm going, I need food. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap it up for today. I think we are going to raid Pastor Dustin today. So we're going to quickly go through this as best we can. Because I've used up the last of my... Oh, he's going into BRB. That's okay. That is fine. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright. If you are subbed, this is your raid message. If you are not subbed, here is your raid message. So I'm going to bring back up sub raid because I need to... There we go. Copy paste my own raid message. I will see you guys tomorrow, and tell Pastor Houston hi for me, and always remember God loves you, and so do I. Bye!